Okay, it's day 103. This is part 7. Saw the speech tonight by the president, hour and 20 minutes. No envelopes being given to Paul Ryan. So it was probably a good time to talk about the low unemployment numbers. I would too. If I was the president, I'd probably want to talk about those three things. The women, the black unemployment rate, and the Hispanic unemployment rate being the record low and the record high of the stock market. I certainly would want to talk about that. So I apologize if I was a little bit salty after the end of the speech, not hearing anything, or at least seeing an envelope go from the president to Paul Ryan. But anyway, just one of my favorite things is drilling down to the ground. FBI used to say going to ground. The old FBI, the real FBI, the gumshoe FBI, not the DynCorp, infiltration called counterintelligence. They may as well have just added an A. They should have called it counterintelligence A for the infiltration. But be that as it may. So these are the Clotworthies versus the Krupniks. As I said before in the previous video, if you didn't think the Krupniks were fun, then you've just gotten started with the Clotworthies. I almost think it's plot-worthy. If you put the two together, if you put the Clotworthies and the Krupniks together, it's plot-worthy. So here's Canceras. This is one of, now remember, we have a Clotworthy in North Korea standing next to their Ulna or whatever, Ulha, UNHA 3 rocket, so it's pretty shaky. I think that's called counterintelligence A, since everything's named CIA with DynCorp. Anyway, this is at a glance, and the first thing right off the bat, 8A business, small certified business. Now again, I can tell you, I know what's going to happen here. There's going to be a PAC ISI 111 or somebody from an intelligence service in another country that is the head of this company. I am looking at the cut sheet here, and it looks like really like Pakistan Inc. I mean, you look at all the different things. Here's their cage code, by the way. And so I wonder how much they've done with the Defense Logistics Agency. But all the certifications, 65% growth over the last 3 years. Just look at the agile software development across the board. It's just, you can see that they have hundreds of people involved in this company. It's just ridiculous. This is the big story that's being avoided, is the misuse of this 8A. This is supposed to be, for the, we sit every night with people that are from traditionally one of the lower income neighborhoods, and it's mostly black families. We make conversation, task force and I, with young couples usually, or like they're in their 30s, etc. And they say the same thing over and over. Hey, I just got my first truck for my trucking business, or I just got this. A lot of folks work in the government, so we talk to them about their government jobs and so forth. And they really are, the most hardworking people, and they really are trying to get to the next level. I would like to see these Americans get these 8As, not this sort of thing. This is a massive, first of all, here's your Navy Seaport Zone 2. This is businesses located in San Diego. Now, this is going to be connected to Resources for the Future and Krupnik, one of the Krupniks. But all these advanced, enterprise standards for programming and so forth, it's obvious that they're just farming this out overseas, offshore to do all this programming work. And it's really amazing when you look at their cut sheet. This isn't what set aside was supposed to be for. This is supposed to be people who are traditionally, in the United States, U.S. citizens, please, that have, for whatever reason, an economically disadvantaged area that are trying to do better. I would rather give a dump truck to a guy who's currently making $12 an hour and wants to go out on his own or go, whatever, than this is an obvious outsourcing company. They are outsourcing here, and they're in McLean, Virginia. They may as well just put DynCorp on their logo, and this Canceras here, and they're involved in the space program. And we got one of the Clotworthies over in North Korea next to their first generation rocket. This is not a small set aside business.